4 years have passed. Marleyan Empire is at war with the Middle East Alliance. Introduces the new warrior candidates, Colt, Gabi, Falco, Udo, and Zafia. Marley is able to secure victory thanks to Gabi blowing up a train that has an anti-Titan cannon, and they use their Titans that Marley controls to trample the Middle East Alliance forces. In a military meeting, they talk about how it really wasn't a great victory, that the world is adapting to the Titans and making new weapons to counter them. Zeke, with now only a year left, asks to continue Operation Paradis. They are hesitant, as over the last 3 years, 32 ships have been lost going to the island. The Eldians are sent back home to Liberio to be with their families. It's worth noting that Reiner and Gabi are cousins. The next day, the warriors meet to discuss going to Paradis and taking the founding Titan. Also, it's the first time hearing of the Warhammer Titan that is in the Tiber family, which are Eldian nobles. Then goes into Reiner's backstory of how he really wasn't supposed to be the armor, and then Marcel talked bad about his brother Porco so he wouldn't be a Titan. Then once on Paradis, as you know, Ymir ate Marcel, and Annie and Borkel wanted to leave, but Reiner made them stay, and that's when they went to destroy the walls. In the present, however, Reiner's about to kill himself as he hears Falco's voice and he stops himself, which Falco has befriended Eren, who is pretending to be injured. After they talk a couple times, Eren gets Falco to send some letters off for him. Commander Theo meets with Willie Tiber, head of the Tiber family, and they discuss a plan to unite all the world against Paradis. He learns the Tiber family is the true rulers of Marley, but they rule from the shadows, and that they're going to hold a festival and bring in VIPs from all over to Liberio to unite them against Paradis. After talking to Falco, Eren meets his grandfather, and they talk for a while until his grandfather has a mental breakdown after Eren asks if he has any regrets. The next day is the festival. Falco brings Reiner to Eren, who's in a solitary room, and Eren tells Reiner to sit and Falco's to stay, and Reiner notices that Eren has already cut his hand. Falco's confused, thinking that Eren is one of Reiner's friends, then realizing he was used and that the letters were sent to the scouts who are on their way. Eren then goes into his reasonings for doing what he's doing, in the end telling Reiner that they are just the same. Willie begins his speech. Someone is sent to get the warriors. Pieck and Porco are then trapped in a hole, and they send Zeke somewhere else. Willie tells the true story of King Fritz, and then about the rumbling, and then says that the world's enemy is Eren. He asks the world to come together, and this is a declaration of war. Eren then transforms and eats Willie. He starts to trample the city, then the Warhammer Titan finally shows up and they start to fight. Pieck and Porco are able to escape, and as they get out, they see a bunch of people in ODM gear. The Warhammer can't be taken out by removing the nape. The body is somewhere else, and Eren finds it underground, and the body is encased in hardening. Porco is able to bite Eren's nape, but Levi shows up, saving Eren. Marleyan forces show up to the port, but Armin is there, and once he transforms, the fleet is decimated. Eren realizes that the jaw is strong enough to break the hardening, and he uses Porco to crush the hardening and absorbs the Warhammer Titan. As he goes to eat Porco, Reiner saves him. The scouts begin their retreat, and Gabi and Falco are able to get onto the blimp. Gabi, who has a rifle, shoots and kills Sasha. They are apprehended and brought before Eren and Zeke, who turns out to be the mastermind behind the whole operation. Now, 3 years ago, the first ship to arrive in Paradis, and an anti-Marleyan volunteer group who were assembled by Zeke. They want to help modernize Paradis and set the Eldian people free. Back inside the walls, Hanji reports that Zeke says he can save the world if they have a Titan with royal blood and the founding Titan. They don't believe Zeke, and then Eren says that it's all true, that the only time he has ever been able to use the Founder's power is when he touched a Titan with royal blood. In the present, they return to Paradis, bury Sasha. Eren, Gabi, and Falco are in prison. Levi and Zeke go into the forest so he can keep an eye on him. The volunteers are arrested after handing over all vials of the Titan serum they have. Now 2 years in the past, after making a port in Paradis, they get their first visitors from the outside world. People from the Asian clan come. They learn that Mikasa is actually from a line of royals accidentally left on the island. Kiyomi wants to help them, but is in it for the ice burst material in Paradis, and they're meeting due to Zeke. They lay out Zeke's plan to test the rumbling, have Hizuru's cooperation to bolster Paradis' military so that the rumbling won't be necessary anymore, and that the founding Titan must be passed on with royal blood. Hanji says the rumbling should be a last resort and wants to explore other options, and negotiations ultimately fail through. Back in the present, the scouts discuss what to do if in fact Eren knew about Zeke's plan, and Armin and Mikasa want to go talk to him. Someone has leaked that Eren has been arrested and the people aren't happy about it. Gabi then kills a guard and escapes with Falco. They are taken in by Sasha's family, and Saya knows that they are Marleyan, but doesn't say anything about it. Instead, brings them to the village where her mom was killed, asking Gabi what the people on the island ever did to be called devils. After, Kaya tells them that the family is going to see a Marleyan, and maybe he can help them return home. Pixis talks to Yelena about having a secret meeting with Eren. While she didn't necessarily tell him to infiltrate Marley, she did, however, want to force the hand of the Paradis government. Armin and Mikasa go to see Zachary about seeing Eren. They are denied, and as they leave his office, it blows up. Aaron has escaped from jail, meeting up with some of his supporters, and Frosch says that there are more inside the military, including those who killed Zachary. He says Aaron is the only one who can save the Eldian Empire. Aaron then tells the group to find out where Zeke is being kept. Once they learn of Aaron's escape, they worked on finding and making sure that him and Zeke don't meet. They dubbed this new group the Jaegerists. Then we catch a glimpse of Peek, who has infiltrated Paradis. With Sasha's family, they go to eat the meal cooked by Niccolo. Scouts show up. Gabi tells Niccolo that she's the one that killed Sasha and he loses it, bashing Falco's head with a wine bottle, taking them both hostage. Bringing them to Sasha's family, saying that Gabi is the one that killed Sasha, and he wants revenge, but Mr. Brosh says he won't, but Kayla tries to kill her. After, this is when everyone learns that the Marleyan wine brought may have Zeke's spinal fluid in it, and to wash out Falco's mouth. Niccolo isn't 100% sure about the wine, but Yelena told him to only serve it to high-ranking officers. Armin and Mikasa have taken Gabi into another room. This is when Aaron and the Jaegerists show up. Brosh says he will have Hanji take him to Zeke and tells Aaron that they're going on ahead. Aaron wants to talk to Mikasa and Armin. Armin questions Aaron over attacking Liberio. Aaron declares that he chose to do it of his own free will, though Mikasa disagrees, believing that he's being manipulated. Angered, he begins to chastise the two for their lack of freedom, Armin for being manipulated by Bertholdt's memories, and Mikasa for her Ackerman heritage. Speaking in disgust, Aaron tells Mikasa that he's always hated her. Aaron and Armin begin to fight, though the former is quickly beaten. Aaron then tells them that they're going to Shiganshina with him. With Levi, the scouts have been told of Pixis' plan to take Zeke's Titan. Zeke then runs, Levi goes after him, which he lets out a scream, turning all the scouts who drink the wine into Titans. Also, Eldians elsewhere feel the same sort of sensation, and they all know what happened. Levi then kills the Titans and captures Zeke, sticking a thunder spear in his stomach with a detonator wrapped around his neck. As he falls unconscious, we go into his backstory. He wasn't the best at training as a kid, and Grisha wasn't happy about that, as his plan rested in Zeke's hands. This is when Zeke met the Beast Titan, Tom. They become friends. Tom tells him he became a Titan so he could understand the mysteries behind the Titans rather than fight. Zeke then turns in his parents and the Restorationists at the advice of Tom. Sometime later, Tom's health begins to fade, and he reveals to Zeke that he discovered through his research that the Founding Titan, in addition to altering memories, has the capability of changing the very body composition of subjects of Ymir as well. Zeke suggests that if that's true, the Founder could be used to sterilize the subject of Ymir and eradicate them in about 100 years. He also tells Zeke how to get around Karl Fritz's vow of renouncing war. Years after inheriting the beast, he meets Aaron in Liberio, and they discuss his euthanization plan. Zeke then regains consciousness and sets off the Thunder Spear, blowing his body into two and blowing Levi away. The Titan comes and puts Zeke in its stomach. Levi is nowhere to be found. With the 104th group imprisoned, Yelena comes to talk about how Zeke and Aaron will save the Eldians and his euthanization plan. After telling him about the plan, Yelena is informed that the Marleyans have come. Aaron goes to grab Gabi and is stopped by Peek. She says she's willing to help them. Aaron asks Peek to prove that she's willing to help him and his cause. She then offers to show him where the infiltrators are in town, but they'll have to go to the roof so she can. Aaron accepts, and they go up to the roof. Once there, Aaron asks where the enemy is, and Peek points at him. The floor beneath them crumbles, and the jaw emerges through the stone in an attempt to eat him. Porco fails to eat Aaron, severing his legs at the knees, and Aaron transforms before Porco can attack again. Then up above, a fleet of blimps from the Marleyan army has arrived.
How was the video? We hope it was good. If so, please check these videos. Also, please comment down your thoughts and your suggestions for future videos. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing now to show the support to our channel. We hope to see you soon with another video right in this channel. Have a nice day.